What's up, Facebook? How is everybody doing? Blessed once again with another beautiful day. Man, I'm digging this. I can get used to it, but I'm looking at the future days ahead of us, and it's going to be a warm one. It's going to suck. I got to have my tattoo covered up, and it's about to be 90 degrees for like 3 days straight. Man, everybody better stay hydrated out there. What I want to come to you guys today is it's a common sense topic, but common sense, like I've said before, is hard to come by nowadays. People just keep doing stupid and expecting different results. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over again and expecting different results. So yeah, we're going to talk about how your actions determines what happens. I'm going to use some references. Some of you it may pertain to, some of you it may not. But you can fill in the blank. I'm just giving you examples of, maybe to evaluate your life situations and figure out what you can change in your life, what actions you can change to determine what happens to you. I know I had a bunch of actions that determined what happened to me. I can touch base on a bunch of them, drinking and driving. I kept doing it. You're bound to get a DUI. Some of you are fortunate enough not to get one of those, but that's the grace of God keeping you guys, safe, which is so good because things could have happened. I could have killed somebody. I could have killed myself. I could have injured somebody, but the Lord tried to wake me up time after time with basically a slap on the wrist with some handcuffs. There's different slaps on the wrist that we get throughout life to try to wake us up, and our actions determine what happens. So yeah, I went to jail. I got a DUI. I spent a lot of money, and if I just would have changed that action, if I just would have got a designated driver, if I thought that I had to drink that much that I couldn't drive, that was an addiction that I had that led to broken relationships, broken friendships, and broken pocketbook and broken jobs. I mean, there's a lot of brokenness in my addiction that I had, and that was the choice of the action that I chose to take, and it determined what happened. Like little things, they ain't got to be. People wonder why they come out with cancer if they keep smoking their entire life. I've had family members die from cancer. They were cigarette smokers. Whether it was that determined the cancer or what, but there's side effects to that. So the actions from smoking cigarettes is, what happens from smoking cigarettes, you're bound to get cancer. So I had a neighbor down the street just die from alcoholism. Man, drank himself to death. I came home one day and there was police just posting up. I thought they were catching people speeding because a lot of people like to speed through our little village. But no, it was actually this guy drank himself to death. I've been hearing about a lot of deaths. I went to church today, and 10 plus different deaths. Friends, we never know when our time is coming. We take every breath, every cigarette smoke we take, every drink we take it for granted, thinking we're trying to escape the pain when we don't know when our next breath is going to be. It's scary. It's so scary, and people still don't care. Man, I don't know what's going to have to happen for us to realize that time is short. Life is worth more than what we are doing with it. I don't know why I got off a track, but that just came out. I was drinking, and I was doing stupid things, blacking out, not remembering what I said to my girlfriend, and I wonder why she wants to find somebody new, wants to break up with me, because I was a drunk. I was an alcoholic. It's not nothing to laugh about, but I sit back and I wonder why. That's why. What happened because of my actions, you know? I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was thinking about me, you know? That was what happened because of my actions. Let's just say, you know, it's not supposed to rain for all these many days, and we don't water our grass. Well, it's gonna burn up. That's what happens. You know, we gotta. Basically, friends, what I'm trying to say is, I mean, we gotta look at what we're acting like. You know, what we're doing determines what happens throughout our life. You know, if we don't save money, you know, throughout our life, we're not gonna have any when we get older. Our bodies are deteriorating every day. We just don't stay young forever. Granted, some of us are blessed with the genes to be able to do that. But man, if you got some genes like that, let me borrow them. Size 32, by the way. And speaking of size 32, I finally went to the mall, got myself some shorts. Went to JCPenney. They are not going out of business over there in Mishawaka. So yeah, I heard they were going out of business, so I was just buying everything. Well, realized that it was not on sale, so I had to take something back real quick because my bill got up there, if you know me. But yeah, I got to try on some shorts and stuff like that, so it made, you know, I got a couple outfits. Of course, I had to get a pair of shoes to go with it, but they were cheaper than, you know, some J's. I wanted some J's. Man, I had my eyes set on some J's. They were so sweet, so beautiful, so sexy. Not now, though. Don't need it. But, I mean, we wonder why, like, okay, we're a stripper or something, and we, you know, we're stripping, and then this guy, we fall in love with this guy, and this guy wants us only for our bodies. We stop stripping, our body gets, you know, out of, you know, just not as shape as it was when you was a stripper. And then wonder why he wants to, you know, go elsewhere when, you know, for one, you're finding a guy at a strip joint. And for two, I mean, I'm not saying there's good guys out there that go to a strip club. I'm just saying I think that guys that are worth something wouldn't be found in a strip club. No offense, fellas. No offense. But I'm just saying, I mean, what we do, how we do things determines what happens. I mean, it's man, it's so common sense, but I didn't even have common sense myself when I was doing the world. And the world is what's going to get us in trouble. It is. I mean, the decisions that we make are going to get us in trouble. If we act like Christians, but then people catch us at the bar, people catch us doing un-Christian-like things, like talking bad about somebody, or just, man, I have a hard time with Christians cussing, but I know that some of them out there do. I'm not condemning you, but it's just, Jesus wouldn't do that. So, I mean, let's try to clean it up a little. I'm sorry, but once I gave my heart to the Lord, I felt convicted of everything that I used to do. Cussing, drinking, fornicating, premarital sex, which is fornicating. I mean, all that stuff, I feel convicted. Like, if I look at a woman differently now, like women, I used to look at them like they were an object. Now I look at them as, well, like we're supposed to look at them as sisters. Like, girls should look at guys like brothers. I mean, granted, you fall in love with them and they hopefully aren't your brother, but we sometimes fall in love with the wrong people for the wrong reasons and then wonder why things happen. Yeah. So it's just our actions, I mean, they really need to reflect goodness. We should really stop acting and start being real Christians. Pastor Mike Jones just had a good sermon this morning. It was good. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And a person came back to church that when I first started going to that church there in Cass, when this corona thing started happening, this person was lost. They were in the world, and they were pretty bad into the world. And I want to just tell you a little story after I get done with this, but they came back to church today and they sing a song. They shared their gift, and it touched me. I was crying because God answers prayers. He does. And it's so touching to me when I see somebody that was lost in the world and they didn't even know that we were praying for them in the midst of their worldliness, in the midst of their troubles, and to see them come back. Who knows if they'll go back to the world? I don't know, but I'm going to be there for support for them not to, because that's what we need. We need support from people out there to keep us on the right track, because the world will drag us down if we do not have a support system. Pastor Cooper said that, we need to uplift each other. We need to bring each other up. We have to help each other. We can't just be like, okay, thanks for getting saved, good luck out there. No, it's hard. It's hard out there, man. There's so many temptations, so many trials, and man, it's hard. It really is. And we need help. We need support from each other, friends. We need to encourage each other, talk life into each other, not act like we care, but we need to care. We need to share our love with each other. Yeah, I had a friend, really close friend. She had it all. She had a good life. I thought that was a good life, so to speak. A roof over her head, a newer car, as a matter of fact, a newer car to drive, a stable job. Her kid was taken care of. Everything was good. And then something happened in life that dramatically took a turn on her life. Now, when something happens like that, it all depends on how you act upon that, because that action will determine what happens to you. Well, she didn't do too good. She got into the world, and she got into the world bad. Had a terrible addiction, and it took a hold of her. And there's many addictions we can take a hold of. We could take a hold of another person's relationship as an addiction. We could take a hold of drugs. We could take a hold of pornography. We could take a hold of anything. You can fill in the blank with your addiction, because many people have different kinds of addictions that'll take over your life, and it'll take hold of you, and it'll take you down roads that you never wanted to go. Dark roads at that. But yeah, she lost everything. Everything. I'm talking from probably the clothes on her back. I really honestly don't know. All I know is the clothes on her back right now probably aren't the right clothes that she wants to be wearing, because just bad things happen if you choose the wrong route, friends. It's sad to look back at where she was and where she is now. I really hope and pray that she gets her life together, because she's not stupid. She's not a dumb girl. It's just we let the world get a hold of us, and it drags us down. There's nothing good about the world out there. Nothing. I'm sorry, there ain't. And I was in it. I was in every single part of the world, as a matter of fact. I've done hard drugs, soft drugs. I've just done my dirt. I'm serious, friends. I can relate to everything you guys are going through. I know what it feels to wake up lonely. I know what it feels like to be all up in your head thinking, oh, what are they doing? Why aren't they doing that with me? What could they be doing? What's going on? And I know what it feels to be depressed. I know what it feels to be hurt. I know what it feels to be alone. I know what it feels like to be intoxicated, blacked out. You name it, I've been there. Only thing I really didn't have a problem with is pills, but every addiction is an addiction, so I know what it feels like to be addicted. But now I had to replace that addiction with my Lord and Savior. I had to be addicted to him, because man, he fills every one of them spots that I was yearning for, that I thought that I needed in my life. Man, I just hope and pray that she gets her life together. She's got a kid to worry about. These kids is what I'm worried about. This next generation is who I am worried about. I'm telling you what, I've never been so motivated before in my life to want to reach out to these, even adults. I'm sorry, I'm not going to discriminate any age group, but I'm looking at the next generation, because that's what it is. It is. It's this, I mean, this generation, the next generation, who I need to touch, who I need to help, who I need to encourage, who I need to love and show them that they are loved and there's somebody else that loves them more than what I could ever love them, or any other man, woman, drug, whatever it is out there that will love them and fill that void. And that's the love of Jesus Christ. I'm just in awe. And like I keep telling you guys, I'm in awe because man, how he forgave me, how he accepted me, and how I feel now. It's awesome. It's flipping awesome. It's exciting. But guys, if we're looking for love in all the wrong places and looking for all that stuff that we think can fill the void of the love that we can get from the Lord, man, I encourage you, do it. You keep looking at me and saying, nah, man, he keeps talking about the same thing, because it works. It works. I'm the living proof. It works. Man, it takes a little time. It does. It's not easy, but he will help you overcome. All you got to do is change your actions. Act on the Lord, and you will be amazed on what happens. I'm telling you. Ever since I changed, great things have been happening. If I would have changed the opposite way and went back to the bar, went back to doing my old ways, back to fornicating like I was, I mean, you name it, I was doing it, except pills. I mean, I wasn't really doing no hard drugs. I didn't get into that stuff. But I was a pretty bad drinker. So, man, I don't even want to imagine where I would be right now, because for one, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you guys, and for two, I wouldn't be at the gym. Well, I would be, but I wouldn't be determined. I just dropped some Lucci at GNC. I mean, I'm trying to get better. I'm not trying to get worse. And friends, I feel like some of us are making decisions and actions to make ourselves worse and wonder why we're in the position that we're in. Friends, reach out. Reach out to God. Reach out to me. He can hear you. He knows your heart. Give it to him. Let go and let God. I didn't expect to be this long, and I appreciate you guys that got through all this. I just fear. I fear for this next generation, for one. And I fear for people taking life for granted. It's scary. The Lord didn't give me the emotion of fear or anything like that. So I'm just trusting him every breath that I take and every step that I take, because I know that he's got me. And regardless of what happens in my life, if I do die, I know where I'm going, friends. Do you? Are you truly sure? Are you just acting? Or are you really in it to win it? When people see you, do they see Jesus? Think about that. I want them to see Jesus in me. So let's love. Let's spread love, help each other, encourage each other. And let's try to get back to the commandments. You know? Let's try not to put stuff in our body to harm us, for one. Let's try not to put stuff in anybody else's body that'll harm them. Like bad words or gossiping or you can fill in the blank. You know what I'm talking about. I know each and every one of you guys. We're not ignorant. We're not. We know right from wrong. We know what we should be doing or shouldn't be doing. But if you're addicted to something, I know how hard it is to break it. Try, please. Give it to God. Change your actions and see what happens. It's so awesome. I mean, we don't have to be doing dirt. You know, we don't have to be selling drugs. We don't have to be stripping. We don't have to be hanging out at the bars to be felt loved, to get that money. Money is the root of all evil. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the greed of money man, that'll bring a person down. I think the most humblest people out there are the homeless, the people who ain't got nothing. I'm sure they know if they got Jesus Christ, they got it all. I know it's easier said than done, guys, but let's try. I love you guys. Chest and arms. Gonna make it quick. Got a meal prep with my son. It's probably gonna take a couple hours. We're gonna do some grilled food this time, so that should be pretty delicious. Some chicken, some seasoned pork chops. Look like big old steaks, honestly, but yeah. So, guys, reach out if you need anything. I love you guys. Love God. Love others. Love yourselves. Peace.